Let me give you a quote. Do not, and I repeat, do not equate your self-confidence and your ability to the money that is in your pocket or to the possessions that you have. End quote. Is that dramatic? That was a little dramatic, right? No, so the quote, do not equate your self-confidence and your ability to the money that's in your pocket or to the possessions that you have. And nowadays I add the position that you have comes from a video that I made a long time ago. If you haven't seen it, go watch it now. The video is the importance of true confidence. But the origin story behind that quote and that video actually comes from a very pivotal point in my life, right? So the pivotal point in my life was when I was 18 years old. Me being 18 years old, I had two jobs. I had one full-time and one part-time. Now, that was my first full-time job, so that means full-time money. And at the time, you know, I thought I was balling. It was minimum wage, $7.25. But at the time, though, it was my first time having that type of money. And one time I got a fat paycheck. I mean, it was hefty. Dang, it was big, right? It was on the type of paychecks I walk in the store, I'm like, who hungry? You know what I'm saying? It's on me, baby. It was, yeah, I know, I was balling. And I called my girl, I said, hey, we going out tonight. You know, we going to Red Lobster. We going to the Red Lobster. We going to the movies. We going to the movies. And I said, you want a slushie? You want the large? Get the large popcorn. You know, I'm spending money, right? We went shopping the whole 9 yards. I'm buying stuff, I'm buying shoes. Anyway, that was the weekend. The problem is, with 18-year-old Javar, I didn't know anything about pending transactions. And transactions don't hit until what? The following week. Exactly. And so I figured that out on that Tuesday. And that weekend I had bills coming out that was automatically generated, everything, and I'm spending, going crazy. Once more, $7.25 an hour. I'm not making much, but I'm living above my means. I go to my favorite spot, Taco Hell, and I will order my usual two soft tacos, 1 5-layer beef burrito, extra cheese, extra beef, and a chicken quesadilla. I was going crazy. Swipe my card. She's like, sir, it didn't go through. It's declined. Decline! She didn't, dang girl, shut up. But no, it was declined. And I'm like, man, stop playing with me. Cause I would go there all the time. I would eat there all the time. And that's stuff that I would do to people. Was I'd be like, it's declined. But in reality, it went through. Anyway, she was like, no, it's declined. It didn't go through. So I checked my app to see my bank account. That bad boy said minus $300. Yeah, it hurt. And I was upset, but I was hoping that like my facial expression would help out and she would give me the food for free, but she was not messing with me. You know, when people, it was funny, just a side note, every time someone card declined, they always be like, nah, I know I got something. Everyone does that. They be looking concerned, like, I know I got something in my account. But yeah, I was hoping she would give it to me for free, but she was not messing with me. It wasn't the fact that I was spending a lot of money, which I really was, but it wasn't as much as you think. What happened was the overdraft fees started hitting for all of them. And they are unforgiving. They let them bad boys pile up. Another side note, how you gonna charge me for being broke? Like that's what always bothered me about. How you gonna charge me for being broke? Overdraft fees, all that stuff, bank's a scam. Anyway, it's a scam. But you know, all those overdraft fees started to hit. I'm in the red. And now, because I'm broke at the time, I'm mad at everything. At first I was depressed, then it started to turn into anger. So anything money related would piss me off. So, you know, people ask me, so where you gonna get lunch today? I'm like, why? Why, you gonna pay for it? You know, my girl asked me, so when we going out again? Why? What's the word? You unappreciative? I said, you unappreciative? Dang, we can't go to the picnic, we can't walk the park? Dang, you expensive, that's what's wrong with these people. You know, like, I'm always mad. It's not that they made me mad, it's because I ain't had no money, right? And so, and you'll be surprised, there's a lot of people who walk around like that. I got a level of understanding at that point. That's one lesson. You see why people are upset, they're probably not really mad at you, they're mad at the situation. And so, I was just angry for like a week straight. You know, I had to wait for my paycheck. So 2 weeks is a long time for you being minus 300. So I went home, I was on my angry stuff, you know. And I don't know where I was, I don't know what I was doing, but I heard something that was so profound to me and it hit me real hard. This is a scripture. Now I'm going to paraphrase, but the scripture says, I consider today's sorrows, shortcomings, sufferings, nothing compared to the glory that's going to be revealed in us and the joy that we're going to feel, right? I don't know where I was when I heard that, but when I tell you that changed something in me, it really did. And then the momentum started building up in my mind. Those sayings, you know, trouble don't last always, or this isn't going to be here forever. Those things begin to, you know, get me excited, get me going. And it really shifted my focus. Now, at that time, I had a choice. I can still stay upset. I can still be mad. Or I can take what's reality, this very principle that trouble's not going to last always, or I'm not going to be in this position forever, and really embrace it and live by it. So I took the latter, and it just gave me a beautiful joy. Now I come back to work, everyone sees me, I'm back to my normal self. I'm like laughing, joking, having a good time. I'm like, okay, Jamar's in a better mood. When I was a barista, I used to work the drive-thru. Now I'm a hype person. I'm always excited. But back then I was on 10 because I was 18 years old. And then I had espresso with me. So I was on 100 all the time. And they always put me through the drive-thru. And in the drive-thru, I would always say dumb stuff like, you know, if someone ordered an iced caramel macchiato, I'll say, nice iced caramel macchiato with the caramel drizzle, ooh, you know, crap like that. I cared about my job. So one day, I'm back to that, I'm excited. A car pulls up and they order a tall iced caramel macchiato with extra drizzle. Of course, that's my specialty. I can't wait for that to happen. So it was my time to go. You want a nice iced caramel macchiato with the caramel drizzle, ooh? And the guy stops, he's like, wow. Yeah, I would love that. I was like, ooh, wee, what else can I get you today? And he was like, okay, can I get a scone? I said, you want that warm? Like, what do you want? You know, I'm being over the top, right? And he just kept saying, wow. Okay, I said, all right, sir, well, pull up to the front. I'm gonna get your price set up in the whole 9 yards. It's been years ago, who knows what I said. But I tell him to pull up, he pulls up, and he starts staring at me. Now it started getting a little weird because he was hitting me with that, wow. You know when you have your sunglasses and someone do that to you, or they pull them. Hold on, he hit me with one of these. He said, wow. And then at first I was like, all right now, like, hey, bro, you're getting a little too creepy. He was trying to take me. I was scared for a little bit. I really appreciate your service today. Like, wow. I was like, oh, well, thank you. You know, I tried. But your total was like $6. I'm trying to get him out of here because it was starting to get a little creepy. And he hits me with that, well, listen here, man. I own the strip club down the street. And I'm like, hold on, he want to see me. He trying to see me naked. No, he was like, I own the strip club down the street, right? I love your energy. I love your tenacity. I want you to work for me. And I'm like, what you mean? He said, I want you to be one of the spokesmen and the announcers for the strippers whenever they come out, right? And so it was funny to me, and I'm like, all right, bruh. And he hits me with the cards. He's like, hey, give these cards to all the guys that's in there. Drinks on me. If you want to come by, I want to talk to you. I said, well, he asked me, he said, how old are you? And I was like, well, I'm only 18 years old. And he was like, we'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do. And, I give him his drink. He leaves. The lesson behind that was, when I was my genuine self and when I was really getting to the point of appreciation, that's when all the great things begin to come. Regardless of the situation, regardless of the circumstance, me just genuinely being happy, not happy about my situation, but happy about what can come from the situation. Meaning, trouble don't last always. I know I'm not gonna have minus 500 in my account all the time. I didn't accept that I can be in a better position regardless of the situation. My present sufferings are going to be nothing compared to how great things are going to be in the future. Now, have I hit minus in my bank account after that? Yes, I did. I did it multiple times. But I understood in any time of sorrow, any time of just downfall, you can always come back from it. Having that mentality, having that always ingrained inside of you, you can really overcome anything. I began to adapt that mentality. I began to adapt that in my heart. Another example of not equating my ability, my attitude to what was in my pocket or to the possession that I had was when I didn't have a car. My mom was always like, get you just a car to go from A to B. But I was the type that was like, nah, if it ain't a Mustang, I don't want to drive it, right? I was so caught up in that to where I didn't have a car for 2 years. Made no sense to me. But during that, I got a level of humbleness and a level of appreciation that getting from point A to point B is a great thing. Doesn't matter what car I'm driving. I emphasize more of what I'm gonna do when I get there. Doesn't matter if I'm driving a hoopty. It don't matter if I'm driving a drop top. Watch how the ladies stop. It don't matter. It matters about when I get there, the impact I'm gonna make. So I had these things in my mind as I began to build a level of appreciation. In anything, if you have a certain level of appreciation, a certain level of hope, you can overcome anything. So that's just a little behind the scenes of where that saying came from. Don't want to talk your head off, but hey, if you enjoy it, let me know. As you can see, I talk a lot. I love talking. So if you want to look through the rest of my channel, go for it. I'm Jay Smitty. I'm happy that you're here. Thank you.